What's going on, and welcome back, pirates. New season, new Commendation guide. As usual, this season's been a little controversial, so let me know how you're feeling about it in the comments. We'll be going over the new Smugglers Hideout locations and all the commendations that came with them. Let's get into it. Each of the 6 islands that has a Smugglers Hideout will have this little icon underneath it on the map. First up is Smugglers Bay, where you'll find Sea Cloak Solomon, the leader of the group. Pull your ship into the bay if you can, just watch out for the skeleton shooting from the cannon. To find Solomon, just head up and look for the cave at the top center of the island. On Crescent Isle, you'll find Low Tide Lottie, who can be found in the main cave at the center of the island, which you can access from the front or the back side. I chose the front here, so on my left you'll see that smaller cave entrance, and that will be the entrance to the hideout. Plunder Valley is home to Wily Wei Lin. If you pull up on the south side of the island by the shipwreck, you can just follow this valley, and just below this pointed rock, there will be a cave entrance to your left. Go ahead and take that and turn left once more, and you'll find the hideout. On Crooks Hollow, you'll find Starbright Ix. I recommend you pull up on the west side of the island near this dock. There's an easy cave entrance here to the left that, if you follow for a short while, will lead you directly inside the hideout. On Old Faithful Isle, you'll find Bloodweight Kadir. I recommend that you pull up along the south side of the island and park next to this little waterfall sticking out. The entrance to the hideout is right here, so just head up the pathways and you'll find Kadir. Finally, Little Leander can be found on Crooked Masts. I recommend that you park on the southeast side of the island. Once you're at the center, you'll want to head all the way up the right side path, and there's a little entrance on your left that'll take you into the final hideout. First up, we have the Chronicler commendations, which require you to read the first and second chapters of Gilded Fox, Shadow Current, Wolf in Winter, and Sapphire Steel. There are 8 chronicles in total, and you have an equal chance of finding any of them each time you find one. You can find them in smugglers' caches washed up on the beach. You can also find them in the new smuggler shipwrecks, which by the way are absolutely loaded with loot. You don't need to sell the book to get the commendation. You actually don't even need to pick it up. All you need to do is interact with it, click through the dialogue, reading the chapter. Next is Smuggler's Secret Scrawlings, which requires you to read all 6 journals in the Smuggler Hideouts, of course each hideout having one journal. Wei Lin's journal will be here to the right on a table, right next to where she's standing. Ix's journal will be just to the left of her, sitting on a little rock. Kadir's journal will be right next to him on the left on a little table. Leander's journal will be to the left on a box. Lottie's journal will be to the left, also on a box. And Solomon's journal will be right next to him on the right, again on a box. And if you've done it correctly and clicked through all the prompts for each journal, you will get the commendation. Our next 3 commendations are all about selling rum. Floral Fate will have you sell 15 bronze, Dark Demise will have you sell 10 silver, and Golden Greed will have you sell 5 gold. Crates of rum can be found in just about any form of smugglers content. That includes caches, shipwrecks, and of course voyages. Now I will say I've been able to find the bronze and the gold bottles in shipwrecks and caches, but I've only found the silver, the dark rum, in voyages. I'm not sure if it's just my luck, but it seems to be intended. That being said, to grind these efficiently, I'd recommend that you run voyages for the dark rum and stop at every cache and every shipwreck you see on the way. Next is Bootlegger of Black Powder Barrels, which requires you to deliver 15 barrels to the smugglers. Like with the rum, these can be obtained from any form of smugglers content. Additionally, skellies can spawn with them like they would a normal keg, which can give you an extra chance at some coin and some extra progress on your commendation. Now they are gunpowder and very volatile as a result, so I highly recommend you're careful if you have them on board, especially if you're getting into any PvP or even PvE content. Putting them in the crow's nest is the safest route, but if you can't be bothered, I like to put them behind the mast right here. I find that it protects them from cannonballs on most sides. Keep in mind that no matter where they are on your ship, they are a risk. Embrace your inner art thief for these next 3 commendations. Classic Paintings has you sell 15 bronze, Refined Paintings will have you sell 10 silver, and Exquisite Paintings will have you sell 5 gold. Paintings follow the same loot structure as rum. You can obtain them from any smuggler-related event, and as far as I know, you can only get the silver grade from voyages voted up on your ship. Like with the rum, I recommend the best strategy to farm this is to vote up voyages and stop at every smuggler cache and shipwreck that you find on the way. Our next two commendations are on Smugglers Runs. Smugglers Runner requires a total of 5 Smugglers Runs for grade 5, and Smugglers Route Runner requires a total of 3 route runs. I bundled these together because you can actually get them done at the same time. A Smuggler's Run is what you get out of a smuggler's message in a bottle. You can get these off of beaches, out of barrel piles in the water, or out of a smuggler's shipwreck, and they'll give you a map that has the location of a smuggler's hideout for you to go and pick up some loot. And from what I've seen, this will always give you a gold painting and a gold rum to go along with your black powder barrel. Now if you inspect this loot, it'll tell you which smuggler hideout you need to take it to, and if you bring it anywhere else, it won't let you hand it in. Smuggler's Route Runs, on the other hand, are the voyages that you vote up from your ship. They'll give you a choice to sail to or dive to location, and as with the Smuggler Run, it'll give you a map telling you what island to go to pick up your cargo. However, it will mark both the pickup and destination island on the map for everyone in the server to see, giving them a chance to intercept you. On the bright side, route runs count both for their own commendation as well as for the Smuggler Run. So if you'd like to do 5 route runs, you can do that. If you want to do 3 route runs and 2 Smugglers Runs, you can do that, and you will fully unlock both commendations. Additionally, these will give you access to some rewards. The Smuggler's Runner commendation will give you access to the full Smuggler's clothing set, which looks like so, and the Smuggler's Route Runner will give you access to the Black Powder Barrel disguise, which may or may not be useful to you, but it's a neat thing to have. Moving on, we have Seeker of Smugglers Caches, which requires you to discover 5 Smugglers Caches. Now these can be found at random on any island with beach. They'll have a mixture of black powder barrels, paintings, rum, and possibly a book. All you need to do to get credit for discovering it is to interact with a single piece of loot. Now if this is a book, reading it won't suffice. You do need to pick up the loot itself, but you don't need to sell it, you don't need to take it with you, just need to interact with it. Do this at 5 different Smugglers Caches and you will get the full commendation. Last and probably least, we have Remarkable Reaper Rower, which requires you to discover and dock 10 Reaper's rowboats to your ship. I was wondering at first why this came about this season and not last season, but this is the reason right here. It's a mini black powder keg that is attached to the back of every Reaper's rowboat, this season at least, if not going forward every season. These also have a vastly accelerated spawn rate from last season, so I really don't think you're going to have too much trouble finding them. In this clip here, I was at Smuggler's Bay. I found 3 rowboats on the single island. And that is a wrap on Act 1 of Season 17. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the content and you want to see more of it, please consider dropping a sub. It really helps out the channel, and it'll make sure you're up to date with the newest information. Either way, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.